Hello and welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, my name is Ivett and we do videos in basic keto, how to maintain and how to sustain this lifestyle. I am myself soon 2 years and Vince is over 2 years on keto at this point. So we really just give you our personal experience and how you can actually make this into a lifestyle. So we have been gone for a while and the reason is because we created a really amazing product for you. This is a 6 weeks coaching program to help anybody who is struggling with their current keto lifestyle. They don't get the result they want, they are gaining weight instead of losing weight, or just generally having a hard time. This is also great for anyone who just starting keto. You maybe heard about keto yesterday and you just don't know where to start because the information's out there just overwhelming. It's so much and so many different directions that you have no idea how to get started or what would be right or wrong to do. So this is actually built on a gradient step by step to help you and actually set you up for success. I just received these pictures yesterday. This guy was attending this program and he's having great success. You can see we had many other people who had raving success stories. You can check them out on our website. And now I'm gonna give you a sneak peek on how to understand fat burning and health and what's the relation, how does it work with keto. So we're gonna cover that in this video. Just get your notepad and the pen so you can take some notes and let's get started. And if you like this, then definitely head to the website and check out all the information about this program and see you in my next video. Hello, this is the first video we're gonna go through and this is just covering basics of health and fat burning. It's going to be very simple. Basically, your body or your body shape is very much made by hormones. So if you see that someone has a beer belly, someone has a more evenly distributed weight, or someone has a bigger booty, hips and thighs, it's all done by hormones. You have fat storing and fat burning hormones. And we're gonna give a lot of attention to your fat storing hormones just because they are so powerful that they can absolutely zero out, nullify all your fat burning abilities. And these are insulin, cortisol and estrogen. Insulin itself is so powerful that in presence you stop fat burning and in absence fat burning occurs. How you can switch over to fat burning mode, it's very simple. It all depends on if you can lower the hormone that controls sugar. And that is called insulin. Insulin is a hormone that controls your sugar. Insulin is made by your pancreas and you can touch it. It's under the left rib cage. Yes, there it is. And one of its functions that it lowers your blood sugar after every meal. And it also converts sugar into stored sugar and fat. Insulin is the boss. Insulin decides if your body will use sugar or fat for fuel, which one will be the one that gives you energy. The single and most powerful information out there about fat burning is that the main fat-making hormone is insulin, and in the presence of insulin, you cannot burn fat whatsoever. So basically, when people tell you to eat 6 small meals, or everything in moderation, it has nothing to do with weight loss. Anytime you consume 3 pieces of nuts, a protein bar, anything, you stimulate your insulin hormone. And when your insulin hormone is stimulated and going high, you have no chance of burning fat because this is how your body is just made. It's going against the basic principle of how your body works. So anytime you stimulate insulin just by eating, you have no chance of burning fat, and anytime you lower your insulin level, that's when actual fat burning happens. There are other functions of insulin. For example, it's opening your cells to get sugar fuel, it's lowering your blood sugars, stores sugar in the liver and the muscles. This is the sugar that kicks in when you get into a danger situation and you need to run very fast, and that's when you get the extra energy. That's the sugar that kicks in from your muscles and liver. It also converts excess sugar into fat and allows protein and vitamins and minerals to go into your cells. What makes your insulin level to go high and make you fat and unhealthy is carbohydrate. The main trigger for insulin is carbs. And this is all the stuff we like the chocolate, the ice cream, the french fries, the bread, pasta, soda, cereals, fructose and sugary drinks. All of those are stimulating your insulin hormone. The other trigger is just eating in general. As I said earlier, anytime you eat, you stimulate your insulin level. I wanted to show you that when you get a normal blood sugar reading, what does that mean? It means that you have about 1 teaspoon of sugar in your entire blood. That is about 7.5 grams of sugar. Now we take an average person on an average diet today, and they consume about 31 teaspoons of sugar every single day. This is almost 1.5 deciliter of sugar, or 232.5 grams of sugar. When you continue like this on a long period of time, weeks after week, months after month, years after years, then on a long term, this is gonna create a situation what we call diabetes. Diabetes is the sickness of too much sugar in the blood, and in many languages, diabetes is called the sugar disease. When you have high amount of sugar in your blood, just imagine how hard your body has to work to remove all that sugar from your bloodstream and still have a normal blood sugar level, 31 times harder, as you see. When you consume a lot of sugar and you have this high level of insulin for about 13 years or more, your body will start to protect itself, because your body knows that this is toxic and your cells will ignore insulin. Your body will try to prevent itself from excess sugar. So basically, if you imagine that your cells are the lock, the insulin is the key. Basically, insulin penetrates the cells, as you see, the lock and the key situation here, and this is how you drive in the nutrients to the cell. When you develop insulin resistance, then there is like no communication back to your pancreas. So your pancreas keeps insulin, so your cells can be fed with the nutrients, but because you eat so many carbs and you eat very frequently, you stimulate so much insulin, 5 to 7 times more, that your body saying no to that, because your body thinks this is toxic, and then you basically develop a resistance against insulin, and then no communication comes back to your pancreas. So your pancreas is thinking, oh, I must make more, and then it's just making more and more and more, until one day your pancreas just gives up and saying, sorry, I just can't do it anymore, and start to slow down on production and eventually just stop making insulin. And this when you go to your doctor and get a diabetic diagnosis. This is basically the theory behind. So this is what we call insulin resistance. Your body considers sugar to be toxic and it will protect itself. That's the reason you start to crave carbs. So when you crave carbs like chocolate, ice cream, something just sweet, something after dinner, it's because your cells are hungry, they want to be fed, but the food cannot go in because of this catch-22 situation that they are resisting, because there is too much insulin, but they are hungry, so your body makes more insulin, and it's just a never-ending story. And this is what makes you hungry, this is what makes the effect that food is never enough. Maybe you know someone, maybe your neighbor, that food is never enough and you always can just eat and eat. Insulin resistance has different manifestations, and one of them is tired after eating, meaning you had lunch and you're falling asleep in the office. Definitely. You feel anxiety, you feel fatigue, you feel you are dragging your body during the day. Maybe you know someone who needs coffee to wake up in the morning, not you, but someone else, or you need, or someone else needs, your colleague or neighbor, 5 to 6 coffee a day to stay awake and make the day. Then definitely it's a sign or manifestation of insulin resistance. Cravings, wanting to snack, definitely. Irritated if you skip a meal, meaning you go hungry, definitely. Bladder issues, if you know someone, maybe your grandparents, they have to wake up several times during the night and go and pee, definitely. The reason is because carbs hold fluid, water, so you have a lot of fluid retention. Brain fog, if you don't remember why you went to a room, or you don't remember where did you left your jacket or anything like this, Yes, definitely your memory starts to go. And the reason is because high level of insulin affects 5 body parts majorly. One is your eye, and then your hard drive in your brain, your memory starts to go. That's the other one. And then your heart attack, heart diseases, arteries, meaning strokes, things like that, and kidneys, all of them being affected very fast by high level of insulin when it's going on for a long time. And the last one is belly fat. So if you look down, and you do that now, yes, if you see a belly there, then you know you have too much insulin, because insulin resistance first can manifest in the belly when you have this huge belly that comes from insulin resistance. How this affects your overall health and well-being: you need insulin to absorb your nutrients, meaning your proteins, vitamins, and minerals. When insulin resistance happening, your cells are hungry and depleted from vitamins, minerals, and proteins. The reason is because you need them to feed your cells so you feel satisfied, you feel healthy. Deficiency of nutrients, of course, can create different health issues. Like potassium is one of the most important nutrients. It's a natural tranquilizer. It's needed in the body as the most important mineral. Magnesium is needed for healthy heart attacks happening every day. Then you need vitamin C to keep your arteries strong. And then you also need vitamin A, B1, B12, D vitamin, E vitamin, K1, K2, calcium, and omega-3. And if you have insulin resistance, your body has a really hard time to drive all these nutrients into the cells. Basically, if you know someone who takes vitamins, but there is no change in their feeling or well-being, a reason is because if you are insulin resistant, you can take the pills, but they are just actually expensive pee, and you just pee them out, they go through you, but your cells are unable to absorb it if you have insulin resistance. The long-term effects of chronic high insulin is type 2 diabetes, heart disease, high blood pressure, stroke, high cholesterol, dementia when your memory starts to go, fatty liver, obesity, and the most unhealthy condition, cancer. If you look at this list, you can see there is several things that are leading cause of death of today, like diabetes, cancer, stroke, and heart attack. They are all on this list, and it's really easy to prevent or improve your conditions just by eating the right food and making sure you're giving the right nutrients to yourself. In the next few videos, we're gonna go into how you do that, so let's just jump into it.